Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now this one's a little bit different. A good while ago I had somebody in my TikTok comments ask if I could do a video on interiors because that's what they struggle with. And I think that's a great idea. So today in this video I'm going to go over an interior I tend to do, or a type of interior I use often but not always. It's kind of crammed and also not really. It is medieval, so this kind of is one-sided, but it can give you an idea and some guidance in what kind of interior you might want to do in your builds. So the first thing that we would want to do is find a good way to display our door. So I personally like to put a trap door down and have the door on top on the inside because that adds depth, and adding depth to your builds, such as these kind of shingles, makes it pop, makes it look different. It makes it look better, like this roof. It's coming off the wall instead of being flat with it. So that's one way to start getting your builds to look a lot better. And now onto the floor. Now, for at least this build, am going to use a checkered pattern, but you can use any pattern, and that's the first thing. Use patterns. Don't just place all of one block. So the type of pattern I'm going to do is a checkered pattern with these blocks, but it's not a normal checkered pattern because the oak is always on the side of the straight birch. It's weird, but it ends up looking very decent. And with this floor done, that brings me to the next bit of your build. Change up the floor. Don't always have the same type of floor in the house. Now this doesn't look awful. It looks decent, but I think right here we're gonna do a rug, and not any normal rug, not just placing carpet or just placing wool. We're going to mix it up. So how we're gonna mix this up is starting by placing all normal wool, which is flat, and like I said earlier, we want depth. So add random bits of carpet, and it makes it look like a little bit of a real rug or carpet, and I like that. Now you can make this go as long as you want, as far as you want, but I just have it at the front door of it all. Now that that carpet is done, we can also add some more things to add depth to this foyer, because it's very flat and very boring. Now the first thing I think that would really help in this area is maybe a little table. So you can do this by just having 2 slabs, 2 trapdoors, very simple, very easy, and maybe add something on here. You can do a flower pot, you can do a mob head even. Over in this corner, now there is 2 ways to do pots in my opinion. I can go like this and put 1 flower pot in there and go like this and have a tall one, but I think in this case it would look a little better if we went like this. And that's a little tree in our corner, and maybe, just maybe, we could have another 1 table here. Just like that, and already that adds so much to your interior. The next area I want to bring our attention to is this kitchen area, or whatever you would like it to be, but in my opinion, this is the perfect place for a kitchen. So let me show you how we can transform this. So the first way we can transform this kitchen is by adding trapdoors on the bottom of a block like that. Maybe just as a little brace, if you will, something that you would like it to be. But personally, I would have a brace like that. Then we would have maybe a sink, and then maybe a little bit of an oven. And you can add a minecart on here to show a red hot oven. I personally won't. You can also add a chimney coming out of here, but I also think I'll leave this. Also, because of the way barrels look on the side, you can mask them with only 2 trapdoors instead of needing to cover the sides as well, as a little bit of a cupboard. Now, if you would like, you can have them go open sideways, but I prefer this. And that works very well. Now, along with this kitchen area, I think we definitely need a table. So, however many blocks away you would like, add maybe 2 hanging signs as a brace. Then maybe 2 pressure plates as the top of the table. Now, any color stair you would like, but personally, I'm gonna go dark oak, and maybe add an armrest. And there we have a little dining area for anyone living in this home. Now with the kitchen area, a great way to light it up is using a lantern. With more modern homes, you can use maybe glowstone or a redstone lantern, but I prefer this lantern much better for a medieval kind of idea. Now on this other side of the room, we have this little corner, and no, you don't need something here before you go up to your loft, but it could help bring everything together. In this area, maybe you would like a little bit of a study, so you can do this through a lectern and a book, and maybe a little shelf above, a bookshelf and a fake bookshelf, or a chiseled bookshelf, and adding books in there. I also like to add a flower, which the torch flower is personally my favorite. This brings us to the last and hardest part of decorating this home, the loft. Now, decorating a loft like this, especially when it's small, can be challenging. Now, I personally would do something like this to cover up the bed, and that doesn't leave you with too much room, especially coming up this ladder. So if you don't like this idea, you can have a straight up bed, or even a bed with a bed frame, but again, that takes up room. Now for this area, I think what we'll end up doing is putting a bed against the fence, having an upside down stair with a trap door to almost make it look like a table. Now you can do this on both sides, but I think the best thing for now would be doing one side and having a lantern on top of that. And anything else you might want. You might want another lectern up here with a book or more lanterns. But this is for the area you have a nice spot. Thank you all for watching this video. It was very fun to do, and I'm happy a commenter requested it. I'm happy that you guys are communicating what you would like to see. If you want any more tips on building, any more ideas for your builds, anything like that, please comment and let me know. I would love to help you guys. It's very, very fun to help you guys. But that's all I have for today. Please make sure you like and subscribe.